What's up, Geeksters? It's me, Omar from GeeksterLabs.com. How are you guys doing today? Well, the product I'm going to be showing you is something that was sent to me free for review from V-Moda. Today we have the CrossFade M-100 over-ear noise isolating headphones. And so this is a very nice, not only fashionable, but very good sounding pair of headphones that I've been trying to looking forward to showing you guys for a very long time. And I'm actually a big fan of V-Moda, and I showed this pair of headphones in my unboxing video, but this is actually the V-Moda CrossFade LPs. I reviewed these headphones probably about 5 years ago is when I reviewed these, and this has been my go-to headphones that I use at work all the time, and they've actually held up pretty well. Audio-wise, they sound really good. There's obviously some wear and tear on the band and such because I've been kind of rough throwing them around and such, but after 5 years, these still are going very strong, and I was curious to see a little bit more about the M100s from V-Moda, so they sent them out to me. I've been checking them out. I've been using them for a straight week, so I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on what I think as far as the audio quality and such goes, and the build quality as well. Before we get into that stuff, though, let's go ahead and talk about what's included inside the box. Alright, first off, we have the V-Moda instruction manual and warranty information. This is where you can register the product online, so that is that's the paperwork as far as that goes. That's included with the headphones themselves. Next, we have one of two cables on. This is the talk cable. This features a microphone built into it right there, and so there's one mic right there, and then on the other end is a part right here that there's a single button. So that's what you would press to answer the phone call, to hang up the phone call, and to skip tracks. There is no nothing on here for adjusting the volume or anything like that. So this actually will work with any mobile device, anything as far as any mobile phones if you want to answer phone calls and such. So it's not specific just to iOS devices. We have a 45-degree angle plug right here, gold tipped, and then we have a straight plug right here. Both of those are very small and recessed, so they should fit very nicely even if you have a case on your device. And next is the other cable. These are both fabric braided cables. This is my favorite cable because this is a 6.5 foot cable. I love that because this works really well, especially if you're plugging into your computer. My iMac here, it's a nice long cable and it doesn't get tangled up. You can turn your head, you can back up a little bit from your computer, and it doesn't get snagged up. One cool feature about this cable, though, is that it does have a little adapter here on the side that you can pop off, and so this will allow you to share your audio. If you have someone sitting next to you, let's say you're on a plane, you're watching the video on your iPad, and someone next to you wants to listen in on the movie or whatever, you can plug your headphones into the device. You can plug their headphones into here, and you can both share the audio coming from one singular device. So this also features a gold-plated 45-degree angle tip right here, and a straight plug right here as well. Very small recessed plugs. This should fit just fine if you have a case on your mobile device. So that is the braided cable, the longer braided cable. And next we have the 1/4-inch adapter here, so if you do have any kind of mixers or DJ setups, you can use that with that. And also they do include a plug right here. This plugs up the extra port on the bottom of the headphones. I'll show you what that's all about in just a second, but they do include an extra one right here in the bag. And last but not least, we have a very nice hard shell carrying case. Like I said in other videos in the past, if you're paying over $200 for a pair of headphones, they need to include a hard shell carrying case, and this is a very nice one. And because this headphones fold up so nicely, it's a very small headphone case in itself. They're the ones that came with the CrossFade LPs. The original version is actually much larger than this one, takes up way more space. But this is a nice one. It has a carabiner clip right here, zippered enclosure. And when you see, it actually has some organization, it has some hooks in here, so you can have some bungee cords to be able to put all your cables and your adapters and things like that. You can put that inside there as well. Keep everything nice and organized inside such a small little pouch. So it does include a hard shell carrying case. Alright, so here we have the headphones themselves. Very nice, small, compact, as you guys can see. This is another improvement that they made from the regular CrossFades, now we have this nice hinging accessory thing right here. So it allows it to fold up very nicely, very small, and it takes up way less space when it comes inside the box, in the back, the actual carrying case that's included with it. So as you guys can see, this pair of headphones look really sharp. It's actually made of actual metal. I don't even know, it's hard to find the pieces of plastic. I think this outer shell right here might be plastic. These plates are definitely metal, and you can actually swap these out and get custom ones if you want, or you can change the colors if you want something a little bit different. The headband itself is also fabric. It's very nice stitching. Very high quality materials. That's one thing that V-Moda kind of specializes in and really prides himself on is really nice, high, fashionable looking headphones. And these look really sharp, really nice. Everything about them, the build quality especially, everything feels very solid, very strong, very well built. Like I said, the CrossFades, I've been using those for 5 years, and those are still going strong. So I imagine that these are probably built even better than those, and these will probably last just as long as those have. So all the materials, like I said, are very nice. Very comfortable, very lightweight. They don't weigh much at all, but they still feel like high quality headphones. When it comes to paying $300 for a pair of headphones, I can't stand getting headphones that are predominantly made of plastic, that feel cheap, that feel light, that feel like they could break. But this actually feels like a very high quality pair of headphones. So when it comes to build quality, no complaints from me. When it comes to comfort, they are very comfortable. Like I've said before, I've been using the regular CrossFades for many years now, and this pair of headphones actually fits a little bit snug, a little bit more nicer than those ones did. I think the band is a little bit smaller. I think the shape of it's tapered a little bit more, so it doesn't have as much gap of as much extra space on the sides. It kind of hugs your head really nicely. The pads, the ear pads are very, very comfortable, extremely comfortable. That's one of the things I've noticed too. Most of the time when I use leather ear pads on other headphones, they tend to get real sweaty, really hot if you wear them for long periods of time. Like I said, I test all my headphones while I'm at work, 8 hours a day, so I'm using these for the majority of the day. I didn't really have any issues at all. These are still very breathable. They do a really good job of being comfortable. And the one thing I was noticing too is the noise isolation is extremely good in this pair of headphones. So good, in fact, that there were issues when I was listening to music, not very loudly, at work. I wasn't able to hear the phone next to me going off, which I can't think of any other headphones that's ever been an issue. Even headphones I've reviewed before in the past that have active noise canceling, usually I can hear the phone sitting right next to me ringing. But even just today, I was listening to some music, not very loudly, and everybody in my office was looking at me like something was wrong, and I didn't realize my phone was ringing right next to me the whole time. So the interesting thing is they do a really excellent job of blocking out outside noise passively, because they don't feature any active noise canceling. The one issue I did find though is that they do leak a little bit of audio, a little bit of sound. At about halfway full volume on my computer while listening to louder music. It had to be loud music, not just regular music, but like rock or really loud hip hop or something like that. If it was about halfway, 50%, people around me could hear what I was listening to. So if that's an issue where you're going to be using these on a plane, on a bus, in bed, next to your significant other, and you don't want them, you don't want to keep them up at night while you're listening to your music or watching movies or things like that, that is one thing to consider. If you're listening to your music at about 50% or higher, and if it's loud music, they may be able to hear what you're listening to. So like I said, it's only with loud music, jazz and some of the softer music, things like that. No one's able to hear them at all. But that's one of the issues I noticed right away, that my coworkers around me were able to hear what I was listening to whenever I had it cranked up really loud, which sometimes I do, depending on the genre of music. So as you guys see here, there's dual ports in the bottom here. That's one of those extra plugs that I showed you, that you can actually plug this up. So one of the cool things about this is that you can actually mix two sources at the same time if you want to, or if you want to plug it up, you can just use either one of these for listening to your music and your audio, or you can unplug this and put another pair of headphones in here, similar to like the cable I showed you earlier, which I have right here. Like I showed you this cable that has that secondary port right there. You don't even have to use this cable. You can use any regular cable that you want, and if you're watching like a movie on your iPad or something and the person next to you wants to listen to it also, you can plug their headphones into this port right here, and this will go into the device, and you can both be using two pairs of headphones listening to one device, one singular thing. So that's kind of a cool option that they include right there. If you don't want to use an extra port, they do have a plug so you can keep all the dust and the dirt and whatever out from going into there, and that works out pretty nicely as well. So overall, the build quality, the comfort levels, everything is A+ from me, and I've really I had no issues really at all while using them comfort wise, and the build quality definitely feels like they will last me a very long time. So let's talk about one of the most important parts of the headphones, which is the sound quality. So how does this pair of headphones sound? Well, overall, they sound great. They do a really good job of in multiple different types of genres, whether it's jazz, whether it's classical, whether it's louder music like rock, like dubstep, like hip hop. The bass is really good. The bass, mids, treble, all pretty even, pretty solid. There wasn't a lot of separation in the audio, but as far as having nice, good full sound, they were very good. Has a nice warm sound to them. It actually features 50mm dual diaphragm drivers, which they mention is patent pending, so I'm not sure if that's a normal thing on other headphones, but you normally over-ear headphones, they usually have like 40mm drivers, so these are 50mm drivers, so they're a little bit larger, a little bit bigger, but the sound is really good. And like I mentioned before, having the good isolation of the noise into your ears and not be able to hear too much stuff going on the outside really helped them to have a really good audio sound. So I've been very pleasantly surprised with the quality that this pair of headphones is able to produce. And so, like I mentioned before, I've been using the CrossFade LPs for a very long time, and those still sound very good today. So I think that these will probably hold up for quite a bit of time, and you wouldn't have any issues of needing to replace them anytime soon. So the build quality is good, the comfort level is good, the sound quality is good. definitely get an A+ from me for this pair of headphones. I've really enjoyed using them and testing them out for this period of time, and I definitely plan on replacing my CrossFades at work with this new pair of CrossFades M-100s. So if you guys are interested in purchasing this product off of Amazon, they actually may be a little bit less than $310. I think they're $300 on there. I have a link in the description. If you want to help support me and the channel, please use that link. I would really appreciate it. If you have any questions about this product, post those down below. I read each and every comment on all of my videos, and I will always do my best to get back to you as quick as possible. If you guys want to stay up to date with all of my content on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, make sure you stop by geeksterlabs.com for the latest in tech news and video reviews. And I'll see you in the next video review.